Hey guys and girls, how's it going? I hope you guys are having a great week. So I'm back today with another news related video. But before I get to that, I just wanted to point to the gameplay in the background here. So this is the new Witcher Gwent game from CD Projekt Red. The open beta became available at the end of last week, over the weekend. And I don't know how long it's going to last. We haven't been given a definite end date yet. But Dante and I have been playing a lot of it for the past several days and we're really enjoying it. So here's some gameplay in the background for you guys to check out. It's very different to Gwent in the main game, but please check it out, and if you like the look of it, go and download the open beta, which is available on PS4, Xbox One and PC. But anyway, we're not here today to talk about Gwent, guys. We are here today to talk about some games related news, and this one is actually some Xbox related news. So Microsoft finally released more information on their Netflix-like subscription service, which is called Xbox Games Pass. Now, this will finally become fully available on Thursday, June the 1st. But if you are an Xbox Gold member, then you will be able to get a 14-day free trial early from May the 24th. Now, to give you guys a little bit of information on this service, the monthly fee is $7.99. Of course, that's in pounds sterling. And what this will do is it will give you access to more than 100 Xbox One and Xbox 360 games in a library. Now, some launch titles have been confirmed, and those include the likes of Halo 5, the Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and also Ultimate, Sunset Overdrive, XCOM Enemy Within, Saints Row 4 Re-Elected, Mad Max, the BioShock trilogy, to name but a few. Now, once you've played these games, you will also be able to buy them if you decide you want to purchase them to add them to your library. You will be able to buy them at an exclusive discounted price. So that's pretty much what we know about it. Now, how does this differ to the PlayStation Now? Well, the first main point in which it differs is the price point. PlayStation Now at the moment costs $12.99 a month, whereas Xbox Games Gold is much cheaper, only $7.99. As well, Xbox Games Pass does not rely on streaming, and you will actually need to download the game to be able to play it. So that's very different. Now, obviously, that does mean that you need a decent internet connection if you're going to be required to download these games digitally, but it might be a more stable way of playing the games, especially if you have problems with your internet connection, internet speed. Then PlayStation Now is sometimes not an option because that can really affect your enjoyment when it comes to, you know, streaming these games, and if you're having any connection issues. Once the subscription has relapsed, though, those games that have been downloaded will no longer be available. Now, you can play both Xbox One and Xbox 360 games on the Xbox Games Pass, and I think that's the biggest part where this service does differ. PlayStation Now, as we know at the moment, is only available for PS3 games, and one of the biggest bugbears I have with it is that you cannot actually play PlayStation 4 games, and I think that's an oversight for Sony, especially given the price point of $12.99. Now, of course, there is a larger library on the PlayStation Now. At the moment, there are about 350 games available, and their library is larger, but this doesn't really mean anything, as you know, the Xbox bosses have confirmed that every month they will be adding new games to that library for you to be able to buy. So what are my thoughts on it? Well, there are some problems with it already initially at the start. Not every publisher is going to be involved in Xbox Games Pass, particularly the big three. So Activision and Ubisoft are notably already absent, and EA will not be jumping on as well because, of course, they already have their own subscription service through EA Access, so they probably will not be joining this at any point. But some developers that have been confirmed: 2K Games, 505 Games, Bandai Namco, Capcom, Codemasters, Deep Silver, Sega, SNK, Warner Brothers, all these are confirmed as being on board, and others are likely to follow. But I think the lack of Activision, Ubisoft, and EA is quite telling. And I think in the long run, that might actually hurt the subscription service, because a lot of the big titles and a lot of the new games coming out are not available and are not likely to be available. And I think, that could potentially stop people from wanting to buy this. Because, of course, yes, you're going to want to apply Xbox exclusives, absolutely. But you might want to also play some cross-platform titles as well. And if big titles from EA like Mass Effect, like Dragon Age, like Star Wars Battlefront, if these are not available, then obviously not as many people that are fans of those franchises are going to want to jump on and put their money down for that subscription. So in that way, I think that's a really big sort of downside to it at the moment. But I do think the price point of $7.99 is fairly reasonable. I always thought PlayStation Now was a little bit overpriced for what it was, and I actually preferred PlayStation Now when it allowed you to rent games on an individual basis. I actually preferred that, so I don't like the whole subscription thing that they're going down. Now, what does this mean for the future of gaming? Because it just raised some very interesting questions. Are subscription services actually going to supersede, physically buying a copy of these games? Is this where we are going? And I think it raises a number of questions. How do you actually measure the success of a game then, if we're going to go down that subscription route? Now, at the moment, of course, selling physical copies is a massive way for developers and publishers to recoup some of the money that they have spent on developing those games. And also they use sales as well as critic scores to judge the overall success of a game and whether they're willing to invest money in a sequel or bring out extra DLC content or put support behind the actual franchise. Now, as well, with the subscription fee, how much of a cut are developers and publishers going to get from that? Are they going to do a deal with Microsoft, wherein Microsoft might get 40 or 50% of that $7.99, but the developers get a cut of it as well? It's very interesting how that might happen. Do these publishers and developers get a cut of it? And I think the major issue we have at the moment, especially when we have a look at things like EA Access, is because EA have come up with their own sort of subscription fee, is that going to happen for Ubisoft and Activision as well? Are they going to jump on the bandwagon? And are we going to end up with a situation where we have multiple subscription services? And so if you're wanting to play a game produced by EA, you've got to subscribe to them as well. You've got to subscribe to Ubisoft. I'm not a big fan of that, and I really hope that doesn't happen. I don't think it will, but it is interesting, that a lot of developers and publishers, I would say, are going down that route. But anyway, so that's a little bit of news about the Xbox Game Pass. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Do you think it's a good thing? How do you think it compares to the PlayStation Now? And what do you think it means for the future of gaming? Please share your opinions in the comment section below. Hope you guys are having a great week. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay in the background. If you did, of course, please hit the like button, as always, to show your support. Anyway, take care, guys and girls, and as always, happy gaming.